Sister Wives. Does Cristin Brown regret giving up her rights to Coyote Pass? The land just sold for $1.5 million. Sister Wives star Cristin Brown sold her rights to Coyote Pass for $10. But does she regret that decision now that the land sold for $1.5 million? Cristin, 53, made that financial decision during a chaotic time. The COVID-19 pandemic was still ongoing, and she had just divorced Coyote. She was eager to get as far away from him as possible, so she gave up her rights to the land. Coyote had 4 wives and 18 children, so the family bought the land to accommodate them all. By the time Sister Wives Season 19 premiered, 3 of Coyote's 4 wives had left him, and he was barely speaking to many of his children. The last thing the Browns needed was a large parcel of land in Arizona. They recently sold the land, making a huge profit, but Cristin gave up her rights long ago, so she wouldn't get any of the proceeds. Coyote and his 4 wives had planned to build 4 separate homes on the land at Coyote Pass, where their children could also build homes later. Sadly, the Brown family fell apart before they ever broke ground. During an early episode of Sister Wives Season 19, Coyote looked around at the empty land and lamented that his dreams of Camelot were dead. The land at Coyote Pass became a symbol of the Brown family's dissolution. Cristin was the first of Coyote's wives to walk away from the marriage. The Sister Wives star left in 2021 after 27 years of marriage and 6 children together. Wanting nothing to do with Coyote, Cristin agreed to sell her share of the land to Coyote for $10. In return, she got to keep all the money from selling her home, which was purchased by the whole family. At the time, it seemed like a great deal, but it looks different in light of the recent sale of the Coyote Pass property. According to The Sun, the Browns paid $820,000 for the property in 2018 and sold it to a new buyer for $1.5 million. Coyote will split the profits with Robin Brown, Janelle Brown, and Mary Brown. Cristin Brown will not get any of the money, but the Sister Wives Season 19 star is probably okay with how everything turned out. The land at Coyote Pass was a source of drama for the family, and Cristin wanted nothing to do with it, regardless of the money. Cristin Brown stood at the rim of Coyote Pass on a crisp spring morning, the sandstone bluffs glowing apricot against an impossibly blue Arizona sky. A lone real estate sign, Sale Can Ding 1,500,000 USD, tilted in the breeze like an exclamation point at the end of a story that once felt endless. She rubbed her palms together, half for warmth, half from a prickle of nerves that had nothing to do with the chill. Just 5 years earlier, this acreage had been the Brown family's promised land. An expanse of pinon and juniper where Coyote had sworn 4 big homes, or maybe 1 grand polygamist palace, would rise like a monument to forever. Back then, Cristin could practically taste the future. Sunday breakfasts spilling onto porch swings, grandchildren racing between houses, sister wives gathering for lemonade at dusk. She had signed the paperwork with a flourish, trusting that the ink bound dreams as firmly as it bound legal rights. Today, the only footprints between the yuccas were hers. A raven croaked, and she laughed at the timing. Okay, I hear you. She tipped an invisible hat to the bird. Let's have it out. Do I regret it? Is that what people want to know? The raven flapped away, unimpressed. Cristin tucked her auburn hair under a knit cap and let her mind wander backward. She could still feel the ache of that December night when she relinquished her portion of Coyote Pass so Coyote could simplify the deeds and accelerate construction. He'd handed her the pen. She'd inhaled, pictured harmony, and signed, never guessing she was also signing the final page of their marriage. A hot ember of bitterness flickered, but she blew it out before it burned. Regret, she'd learned, is a campfire that can devour forests if you keep tossing memories in for fuel. $1.5 million. Social media had exploded when the sale price leaked, and the hashtags were relentless. Hashtag Cristin lost out. Hashtag Brown family drama. Hashtag Coyote cash grab. Strangers debated her bank account as if it were public property. 1,000 armchair real estate moguls insisted she'd been cheated, that she should lawyer up, that love had made her foolish. Foolish, maybe once, but love? That had made her brave. She crouched and scooped a fistful of sand, letting it stream between her fingers in a shimmering curtain. Funny, this soil had never actually belonged to her. Deeds were black and white abstractions, but land was story, possibility, heartbeat, and her story had moved on. Here's the thing, she whispered to the sand. I traded these rights for other rights. the right to laugh without walking on eggshells, the right to wake up certain nobody will rotate evenings out of obligation, the right to love David Woolley with my whole self, no asterisks. She grinned, thinking of his gentle sarcasm, his skill at flipping pancake skills, the way he called her sunrise because mornings felt new when she was in them. Coyote Pass had been collateral damage on the road to sunrise. Still, numbers had a seductive shimmer. 1.5 million could buy a quaint cabin in Flagstaff and a condo in Street George, pay for Truly's college, cushion retirement. She'd be lying if she said she hadn't crunched figures at 3 a.m., wondering what could have lined her pockets. But pockets were only one kind of lining. Her days were lined with freedom now. Freedom to cackle with Janelle over Mexican sodas, to FaceTime Maddie without whispering, to plan a Scottish castle honeymoon with David just because. Those luxuries were not listed on Zillow, yet their appraisal value soared. A distant rumble carried across the valley. Construction trucks on the highway, maybe, or thunder arguing with the horizon. Cristin rose, brushing red dust off her knees. "All right, let's sermonize," she told the wind, imagining the cameras that would inevitably roll when Sister Wives aired its post-sale confessional. "Regret?" she'd say, eyes clear, shoulders back. "Regret is wishing the past would rewrite itself. I don't wish that. I rewrote my present instead." In her peripheral vision, a flash of silver. A realtor's SUV winding up the dirt road. Showtime. She wasn't technically required to attend the final walkthrough, but curiosity tugged her like a mischievous kid. She ambled toward the vehicle, rehearsing calm. The realtor popped out, all clipboards and bright lipstick. "Miss Brown, thought you might appear. Final signatures just cleared, closings complete." Cristin nodded, surprised by the swell of emotion. Coyote Pass now belonged to a Scottsdale developer who planned eco-friendly vacation casitas. Tortoisewood toast sunsets where the Browns once picnicked. Life kept turning the page. "Would you like one last look?" the realtor offered, gesturing toward the ridge where Cody used to pace, blueprints flapping like frantic birds. Cristin hesitated, then shook her head. "No, I've already seen what I needed. That view taught me how big dreams can be. Now I'm busy living one." She extended her hand, firm and finished. The realtor squeezed it, then hustled back to her SUV, dust spiraling in her wake. Alone again, Cristin took a final 360-degree mental snapshot. Sagebrush silhouettes, the outline of snowball ski runs in the north, a hawk carving slow circles overhead. She pressed the image into her memory like a dried flower in a journal. Keepsake secured, she pivoted toward the trail, boots crunching with purpose. Halfway down, her phone buzzed, a text from David. "Got cinnamon rolls rising. Hurry home, sunrise." She laughed out loud, a joyous bark that startled a pair of quail into flight. Home, not parcels, not paper plots. Home was a kitchen smelling of sugar and yeast, where love didn't rotate but radiate. As she neared her car, she glanced back only once. The sale PNDang sign had tilted further, wind nudging it toward the inevitable. It would topple soon, replaced by new stakes, new stories. Cristin slid behind the steering wheel, started the engine, and felt no phantom limbs where regret should have been. She was whole, rights intact, the rights that mattered, the ones no deed could grant or revoke. She eased onto the highway, sun glittering off the hood, and whispered a goodbye that was equal parts blessing and release. "Grow something good here." Then she pressed the pedal and drove toward cinnamon roll gravity, leaving Coyote Pass to cash and cacti and whatever chapters it chose to write next.